There's a lot of baggage around purpose these days. And so many people come to us bereft. People with what look like from the outside wonderful lives, people who are doing meaningful work, engaged in meaningful relationships, and they'll come and they'll say, but I don't know my purpose. And I feel like we're getting really indoctrinated, and to the point where it's starting to feel unhealthily so, into this concept of you have one purpose, and it's going to be something grand and romantic and never been done before and extraordinary. And until and unless you find it, it doesn't matter what else you do. It's not enough because it's not your purpose. And that feels to me like a tragic myth. We don't come into this world branded on the behind with CEO of this company, president of that country, world famous this, head of that. We come into this world branded with divine, branded with true love, wholeness, completeness, consciousness. And so this concept of find your purpose has driven us into these holes of, well, it has to be one thing. And of course, it has to be something that I will make a living at. Some people may be very blessed, very lucky. Great. When they overlap, nothing like it. But if they don't worry. Maybe your purpose is to make beautiful music, to make beautiful art, to write beautiful poems. But maybe at this moment, people aren't buying them. Okay, well, that doesn't mean it's not your purpose. But what it may mean is you better get a job as a waiter or a waitress or a gas station attendant or whatever it is so that you've got food on the table. And don't feel badly. Don't feel like somehow that's beneath your purpose, because if you've got a job that's putting food on the table and giving you the free time that you need to create the music, to create the art that is your purpose so that you can give it away, nothing wrong with that.
When we can find our calling, if it's our career, that's a beautiful thing. If it's not, then our career can support the calling. Without an answering of the calling, our soul is bereft. You know, it's sad. It's morose. And so I think our path is to find our calling and to answer it. Sometimes the job you have or the career you have is your calling. Many times it's not. Many times your career, your job supports your calling. And so then you have a nice paradox of the job or the career supporting the calling. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
But we're indoctrinating people to believe, oh, being that waitress is beneath you because, see, your purpose is to be the artist or the musician. And if it's really your purpose, it'll pay.
I can remember a gentleman that was very pressured into becoming a doctor. You know, his father was a doctor, his grandfather was a doctor, and so it was just assumed he would go into medicine. And he did, until he suffered from cancer. And in the process of healing the cancer, he fell back in love with his passion, which was music. He was a violinist. And when he shifted over to his love, he not only healed his cancer, but he found his calling, which was music. He was able to transcend the parental fantasy. And of course, it didn't come without struggle of the soul, pain of the body, but he ultimately did.
This is really important because the New Age media paints purpose, dharma, as though somehow you're going to find yourself on the cover of, a magazine when you figure out what your purpose is and you actually live it and fulfill it, because you're going to be the most famous that, the best this, the richest that, the newest this. Maybe sometimes. Maybe some people, maybe that's some people's dharma. But it's not most people's. And to really stay rooted in what's in alignment with the core of who I am, and to move forward with that. And when we know who we are, we will know what to do.